Alrighty, I'm gonna wait a little bit. Make sure everything is working. Oh, it is. Hey everybody, so if you're watching the replay, thanks for watching the replay. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Markia. I'm known as the Money Plug here on social media. I'm a board certified credit repair specialist and credit score consultant, as well as a certified financial education instructor and a registered financial associate. I have no idea where my little phone holder is. I don't know where my phone holder is, so I had to sit it on the floor. Well, not the floor, the desk. So this gonna be looking a little crazy with looking up and down, but y'all know the vibes. But I want to do a live because something I said yesterday unintentionally pissed people off. And you know what? I'm okay with that. So yesterday I made a post, and since then it's gone viral on both Instagram and TikTok. And in the post, I specifically said that more credit cards equals more credit card debt. Well, I said like more credit cards equals more debt. That was what I said. And it hurt so many people feelings. So I would like to address my comment. I said what I said. Now, I don't understand. Okay, let me take that back. I'll walk that back a little bit. I do understand the trauma associated with the word debt and how when people hear the word debt, they instantly tie a negative connotation to it or it offends them because you feel like if you are managing your money properly, how dare you sit here and tell me I have debt? I don't have debt. I control it. But what you guys don't understand is that there's good debt and there's bad debt, but debt is debt. If you're managing your debt properly, that is still debt. You are managing your debt properly. So everything that I said yesterday was valid. The more credit cards you have, the more debt you are tying yourself to. And you do not need to have an astronomical amount of credit cards in order to have what is considered good credit. It's not necessary. And I think that's the part that I thought was so funny. Y'all missed the entire point of what I was saying right there because you were so focused on the fact that how dare I say, how dare I say that the more credit cards you have, the more debt you're in? I don't have debt. I manage my credit. You know what it made me think of? And y'all gonna think I'm so silly. But when I was reading the comments of people who was mad about what I said, it was given very much of y'all saying quickly, I'm not no puta. I keep my pajamas clean. Like that's what I instantly thought of because they were so like, I'm not in a whole bunch of debt. I got a lot of credit cards and I manage it properly. Okay, you manage it properly. I never said it as a bad thing. You just instantly assumed it was a bad thing because that is the connotation that you have tied to debt and the word debt. But there is a such thing as good debt and bad debt. That you need debt. There's nobody who can deny the fact that in order for you to have a solid credit profile, debt is kind of going to come with that. Now, how you manage that debt obviously is 100% up to you, but you're going to have to, you got debt. There's no other way to say it. You got debt, right? So like I said yesterday, first of all, thank you. Getting a loan equals debt. Getting a credit card equals you are tying yourself to a credit limit, meaning you are on the hook for up to whatever it is whatever your credit limit is. I definitely had to come to the harsh realization that my multiple credit cards cause stress and my downfall in my management. Borrowing $10 from a friend equals debt. Exactly. But what I think when people were showing offense with what I said, in reality, it's not even that they were mad at what I said. It was more so that that triggered them in the sense that they are tying that negative experience to debt. You guys don't understand the difference between good debt and bad debt. So good debt is debt that you get into that can further your life in some form or fashion, or that improves the quality of your life. So student loan debt, that's technically considered good debt, right? You're going to college, you're furthering your education. That's one of those debts that a lot of people deem that's one of those necessary evils. Buying a home, as much of an accomplishment as buying a home is, as blessed as you are, as much of a generational curse breaker that you are, buying a home puts you in debt. You're in debt. If you own your home, you're in debt if it's not paid off. Debt is a necessity, and it's not always a bad thing. And I think that a lot of people who took offense to what I said yesterday were only focused on how that made them feel, somebody telling them that they're in debt. And it says more to you and your experience with debt than it does to what I said. My point in making that statement was that you do not need a whole bunch of credit cards to have good credit. It's not necessary. That was the point. And I feel like that point was completely missed because as soon as they heard, if you got a whole bunch of credit cards, you're in debt, they got offended and they weren't willing to listen to anything else past that. which happens a lot with my content. And normally I don't choose to clear it up because I said what the fuck I said. But at the same time, I don't want people thinking, that what I said was wrong, because it wasn't. I think society made people feel like multiple credit cards was a flex, but it's not if you don't know how to manage. Even if you do know how to manage it, having multiple credit cards is not a flex. The real flex is having few credit cards and still having those high limits. Now, that's the flex. And that's the flex that I think a lot of people are missing. They think because they have good enough credit to have 20 different credit cards, they think that they got it. They made it. They can flex. I know y'all see the people on TikTok who be flexing like the credit cards that look like rent money. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. That is not the flex. The flex is having 2 or 3 credit cards and a $500,000 credit limit. You get what I'm saying? That's the flex. That's the flex. I want that. And I think, that really offends a lot of people because, and we've talked about this, and y'all know, especially in the beginning of the year, we talked about this a lot, where the reason a lot of people are trapped in the same cycle that they're in is because of the mindset, right? And mentally they are, and I've literally had this conversation with my husband, like I was like, broke people always want to impress broke people. So people who never had access to credit cards or never understood credit cards or really how they truly worked, or they were surrounded by people who didn't understand how credit card works, they think that having more credit cards is the flex. But those who actually understand how finances work, how personal credit works, and how you are supposed to use credit cards and the point of credit cards, they understand that I don't give a damn how many credit cards you got. What's the limit? Because I don't care if you got 22 credit cards if your credit limits are all under $1,000. I genuinely don't care. It's not a flex. If you had to put down deposits on all of these credit cards to set these credit limits, so all of these are secured credit cards, I genuinely don't care. That's not a flex. And then why do you have so many credit cards? What are you doing that you have so many credit cards? Like, what's the point? Let me ask you that. What's the point of having all of those credit cards? Like, I don't know. You know what? I want to see if I can find one of those people on here and like actually bring them on here and interview them and talk to them. Because there's so many people on TikTok specifically who get popular teaching people the play of how to get these credit cards and da-da-da-da. What's the point of getting all these credit cards? It's not free money. I hope that's not what y'all doing it for, because you got to pay all that shit back. When you use these cards, you have to pay them back, especially once you start dipping in the charge cards. Once you get in the charge cards, you don't even get to pay that back over time. They want their money at the end of the month. So like, what's the point of having all these cards? It's only offensive if it's true and it resonates, but you're educating us. So don't ever change your content. You're right. You're so right. You're so right. I just hate when people be trying to and it's not, at first I thought they were being purposefully obtuse, but now I see that they are blinded by their experience, right? Their life experience is what made them take offense to what I said. The life that they've lived and the understanding that they have of personal finance. They felt offended, like, how dare you say this about me? You don't even know me like that. Like that was the energy it was given to me. But everything that I said in my video yesterday was valid. More credit cards equals more debt, and it's not necessary for you to have good credit. I said what I said and I stand on it. I'll double down on it. I'll make another video about it if you want to argue for real. And then it's crazy because those videos yesterday started doing numbers. I think I'm up to like 32,000 views on TikTok, and I'm at like 14,000 views on Instagram. So I did all that yesterday, and I was talking about all that. And now another video is starting to get some traction that I did, where I was talking about like the straw man theory and the whole 1099 conversation about how people are telling you that your social security number is actually a bank account and that you can tap into that money by like writing checks or like filling out tax paperwork and sending it in, and then they send you the money. Bro, that shit is fraud. That shit is fraud. I don't know how else you want me to tell you. It's illegal for you to really fully, truly understand what I'm saying. But when I'm telling you, there are certified professionals. For those of you who do not know me, who you have maybe just come across my content, I am not some girl that just picked up a fucking phone. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I took the classes. I paid the money for my education. I have the certifications. I have the experience. I have been publishing over a dozen articles this year. I went and spoke for the National Credit Union Administration at their annual summit this year. Like, I'm not just some random girl on TikTok and Instagram who picked up a phone and was like, I'm about to just start telling people shit. No. I invested in what I do for a living. I'm a professional. I'm a certified financial education instructor. I'm a board certified credit repair specialist. I'm a board certified credit score consultant. I am a registered financial associate. I have the resume to back up all the shit that I'm saying. But y'all all ignore everything that I say for a nigga that's making videos in his mama basement telling y'all like, this is the play. We gonna run it up. We gonna get a bag. You don't even have enough of a bag to move out of your mom's house, but y'all taking his advice, right? Make this make sense to me. I went and did, I went and got the certification so that, because obviously that means I know what I'm talking about. And y'all, that's still not enough for y'all. What will make it enough? What will make you see that that I'm saying, like, I'm telling the truth. I don't know what else to do for y'all to see that y'all are taking advice from the wrong people. And then when it don't work out, or y'all getting indicted, or y'all getting charged, or people suing y'all out here looking crazy like, oh, well, I didn't know. What did you think was going to happen? I just don't understand the thought process. I don't. And it's frustrating to me because for somebody who devotes so much of their time to putting the proper information out of there, y'all will purposefully ignore everything I fucking said just to get to the scam. Just to get to the scams. Like, y'all, and I get it. But if they willing to scam the government, why do y'all think they're not willing to scam y'all? Just throwing that out there. If they are openly on social media for the world to see, telling y'all how they getting over on the government, how they scamming this company and scamming that company, what makes you think they're not going to scam you? But y'all signing up for their classes, right? And y'all buying they whatever the fuck they selling. And y'all doing all the stuff that they telling y'all to do. Y'all are so focused on not doing the right thing because it sounds easy that you are playing the part. Like, you're doing this to yourself. There's nobody else that y'all can blame for this at this point but you. There's nobody that y'all can blame at this point except you, because you put yourself in this situation. Y'all see this shit on social media, and instead of y'all doing your own research, y'all just going to take it at face value because it sounds attractive. Of course it's going to sound attractive. It's not the right thing. The right thing is oftentimes the hard thing. The right thing is oftentimes the thing that's not the most attractive, but you got to do it. And then the wild part out of all of this is y'all go out of y'all way to not do the right thing just to end up having to do the right thing in the end. You're genuine, and I'm learning it's a mindset that's hard for them to break because they don't trust the government. Which, okay, and I get that. I 1,000% get that. As somebody who has worked in various aspects of the government, I don't trust the government at all. But I think the part that a lot of people don't understand is, and we had this conversation back, for those of y'all who've been following me for a while, y'all remember when Lil Duval posted the whole credit is a scam because credit scores wasn't created until 1989. Like, when we were having that entire conversation, we talked about how credit is unfair. Let's be real. It's unfair. It's a man-made system. Of course it's unfair. It was a system that was created back when, even now, people don't think that Black people are actual people. These concepts were never meant for us to survive and thrive. So of course it's not fair. However, it's the game. As unfair and all that shit as it is, it's the game. And how do you win at a game? You learn how to play. You read the instructions, you follow the steps. Like, as unfair as it is, you have to learn how to play in order to be successful at it. Just because it's not fair and you don't want to play, don't mean that you have that option. If you want to be successful financially, you have to learn how to play the game. Doesn't matter if you're working for somebody or if you're an entrepreneur, you have to learn how to play the game correctly. Scamming is only going to get you so far. Once you are in a position to make those changes, that's something completely different. But you have to learn how to play to even get there. And I think that's the piece that a lot of people are missing. All you see is, oh, it's not fair, so I just don't do it. Like, I had this discussion when Glow came out with her song. Now, y'all know I love me some Glow. But when she came out with her song and was just like, I don't give a fuck about my credit, I'm about to be rich. Girl, what? Lil Baby said it in his song, how he ain't worried about his credit because he rich. Sir, excuse me? If you live in America, unfortunately, credit is going to have to be a part of your life. And it sucks, and it's not fair, and it is not a fun game to play, but this is something that you're going to have to do. Credit affects a lot more than you think. No matter how much money you make, credit still is going to play a factor in the things that you're trying to get to. You want to buy property? Unless you got 300 bands to drop on that 300 band house, you're going to need credit. If you're trying to go to college and you can't afford to pay for your college outright, you're going to need credit, because guess what? Student loans going to look at your credit like, whew. And you already asking for a lot of money. Imagine the interest rates that's going to be associated with that if you don't have good credit. Your car insurance is based off your credit. Did y'all know that? They ready to go to Fed prison and bake cookies like Martha. No, for real. For real. When it comes to your car insurance is based off your credit. If you have some kind of licensure, so like if you're a barber, a hairstylist, if you are a doctor, like all of that stuff, y'all know all of that stuff is reported on your consumer report, right? Did you know if you want to be a police officer, you can't be a police officer and have horrible credit, because then you are not trustworthy. You cannot be a public servant if you do not have your personal finances in order, because they don't consider you trustworthy. They can't even trust you to pay your fucking bills on time. Even in the military, you got bad credit and you lose that clearance, you can kiss your job goodbye. Credit plays entirely too important of a role in America for y'all to keep playing this fucking game. For y'all to keep trying to scheme and scam your way through life. You're not going to get far. There's always a person. There's a person always telling people to increase their credit limit. You don't need to. She might tell a joke, but I ain't never heard her tell a lie, period. Period. And I get it. I'm going to be 1,000% honest with y'all. I would be naive to think that everybody likes how I say stuff. I would be naive to think that everybody agrees with the things that I say. But what I'm telling y'all is I'm not telling you a lie. You don't have to like how I said it. You don't have to like how it made you feel when I said it. But the fact is, it's the truth. I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm here to teach. And sometimes teaching hurt. That's why that consumer law was a little confusing to me. Like, wait, no. And this is something that I'm also noticing with this whole rise of the TikTok credit specialist shit. What they do is they try to confuse y'all with the law because they confused by the law. They'll put the law up and be like, pause to read. Now let me break it down for you. And then say a bunch of fucking nothing. Or they'll try to play the semantics game. Like, this is what they say. This is the definition of this word. Now look up the dictionary. This is the definition. No. The law is not open to your fucking interpretation. This is not, that's not what this is for, y'all. And it's so frustrating that y'all are allowing these people to teach y'all this. What? Y'all made it 18. The majority of the people who watch my content are over the age of 18, right? So you made it 18 years, right? And your downfall is finna be some girl on TikTok? You didn't think to crack open a book. You didn't think to go online and look it up. Y'all know that y'all can call the IRS and ask them about these tax forms, right? Y'all know you can call these companies and ask them the rules that they have for opening accounts and shit. Like, you literally have somebody that you can go ask to verify all this shit that y'all seeing on social media. And y'all choose not to because it's not attractive. It don't sound good. It don't make you feel good when they say it. That's just like these videos that's telling y'all that y'all can get these credit cards and you never have to pay it back because it's illegal. What? Who the fuck told you that? It specifically says in the contract that you signed when you opened up the account that, hey, I'm going to pay this money back. That's a contract. That is a legally binding document. I don't get it. Somebody going to have to explain this shit to me. They tell them to get Navy Federal credit cards and raise their limit. Listen! They be wanting y'all to commit fraud so bad so that when they get to jail, they know somebody when they get there. That's what I'm convinced. I'm convinced that that's what it is. That's why. That's why they tell y'all this shit. They just want to make sure that they got friends when they all go to jail too. Because y'all going to jail. Like I said in my video, they might not catch the first person, but they going to catch that second one and that third one. And let me tell you, these people ain't loyal because the first thing they going to say, oh, you know, such and such was doing it. Such and such told me this. Such and such said that. You know they gonna tell. Listen, if Ghana can tell on Thugger, you think these motherfuckers not finna tell on you? Let's be real. I just don't. It's so frustrating to me specifically because as somebody who has fallen prey to not doing the research, I'm not talking, and it's so crazy because like people automatically assume something about somebody when they see them on social media, right? Y'all know the Marquia now. Y'all know the money plug now. Y'all don't know the money plug back in 2014 when me, my husband, and my 3 kids was in a 1-bedroom apartment on top of this shitty fucking hair salon in the middle of, I lived on the corner of Baltimore and Arlington in Baltimore. Because I couldn't get approved for shit else. I couldn't get a job. I couldn't it was horrible. And this was right after the riots. So it really wasn't nothing to do there. There was no jobs. And if the jobs you did have wasn't making no money, my credit was shitty. I had just gone through this was before I got married actually. So I had gone through a really horrible divorce and custody battle. Y'all don't know that, Marquia. Y'all just see the result. Y'all don't see the struggle. I'm not talking to y'all as somebody who just read it in a book and I'm telling you what to do. I'm talking to y'all as somebody who's fucking lived it. I'm talking to y'all as somebody who was sharing ramen noodles with my husband just so I can make sure that my kids had something to eat. I'm talking to y'all as somebody who couldn't get approved for a house and was living out my car for a little bit during my divorce. Like, I'm talking to y'all as somebody who has lived this life. So it's not like I'm just some bitch who read something in a book and I'm just telling y'all what to do because I just want to be the boss. No, I'm telling y'all this because I don't want y'all to live the life I live. You don't have to go through the struggles that I did. You don't have to go through this shit because I'm willing to tell you everything you need to know that I learned the hard way. And it's like I pour my all into my content. And for those of y'all who've been following me for a while, y'all know how hard I go with this. And y'all will literally disregard everything I fucking say and be in my motherfucking comments trying to get a play. Girl, eat my ass. That's where we at with it today. And yes, this is going to be saved on YouTube, and I do not care. Kiss my motherfucking ass. I worked way too hard for me to be watching y'all go out sad like that. And it's not even just me. Money Talks with T, Rakim Sabri, the finance rebel, Deandra. Like, it's so many fucking people out here who are literally wake up every morning and their only thought is, what can I pour into my community today? How can I be of value to my community? What can I give them of me that will improve their life so that they don't have to go through the shit that I went through? And y'all spitting out fucking face to listen to some bitch making content out her grandma basement, telling y'all how to get a bag and she don't even fucking got one. Like, come on, bro. She really is upset because, yes, bro, I'm so upset, bro, because, I'm so mad. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I'm so angry because it's just like there's so many of us out here who trying to bring back the village. We trying to do everything that we can to improve the community, but it's like y'all don't want it and y'all don't value it. Y'all don't appreciate it. Y'all don't see it for what it is. Y'all don't understand that we don't have to do this shit. Especially not for the free. Especially not for the free. We don't have to, but we choose to. We choose to. We wake up every morning and this is what we want to do. We find joy in this. But y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. But then y'all get on social media and cry about how don't nobody care about y'all, how the community is not the community, and right? About how the village ain't villaging, right? Y'all get in here, y'all get on social media and y'all cry and y'all boo-hoo about how we not taking care of each other and how we got to do better and we, but y'all are not contributing to the community. We got to learn the game that the white people got. Listen, the biggest benefit that they have over us is that they get their information from the jump. They grow up with this. They don't have to wait till they're grown and have to unlearn behaviors and habits and stuff like that to learn this information for it to really sink in. They grow up on this. So now we're giving it to you so that your kids can grow up with this. They've been passing it down generation to generation, unhindered, showing them. Yeah, I'll be on. Yeah, people are skeptical, and that is human behavior. 1,000%. 1,000%. But the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and expecting a different result. So if you've been trying all these things for years and you've been trying to get yourself together for years and it's just not clicking, it's not clicking, you're doing something wrong and you got to stop. You got to stop. You need to stop at some point and evaluate what is going wrong. She said, preach where my tambourine at. I'm being honest. Steven! This wasn't even what the fuck I wanted to talk to y'all about. That's how mad it made me, like going through them comments and stuff. That's wasn't even what the fuck I wanted to talk about. It made me mad. It made me mad. That's why I got on here and talked about it. Plus, it's been a while since I went live. I know I've been super busy. Y'all know I got a big girl job, so I've been super busy, but yeah, that made me mad this morning. It really made me very angry to see that. Not them in my comments trying to get plays. Girl, take that shit somewhere else. Not here. Get somebody else to do it. Go do that shit on their page. They was talking out their neck. No, for real. No, for real. What else did I mix? Oh, another thing that pissed people off about my video was when I said how y'all seen the videos of the people. Okay, so matter of fact, we'll talk about it. What do you think about the credit repair specialist with those letters that people can get things removed? I am a credit repair specialist. I sell templates. Yup. Sure do. The thing is, it's not just about the templates. Anybody can buy a template and send some fucking letters out. The reason why the majority of the time it don't work for y'all and the majority of the time they get a bad rap is because none of y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all buy these letters and just send them out. Y'all ain't read them. Y'all have no idea what the letters are saying. You have no idea what you even disputing, the process. You have no you have no understanding of consumer law. You that's why it's not clicking for you. The letters is not what get deletions. The understanding of how consumer law works, your rights and responsibilities as a consumer, and the information that's actually reporting. That is what gets the removals. It don't matter what fucking letter you send if you have no idea why you sent the letter in the first place. Sorry to bust your bubble. But if you just send the letters to be sending letters because they put it in order and they like send this, wait this amount of time, then send this, you're not doing it right. And you're going to end up in the exact same spot that you are in right now because you have no you have no understanding of how you got here, why you here, and how you got out of it. Even if it works for you, you're going to end up right back here because there's no understanding behind it. That was where my content came in. That was why I got on here and I broke down the letters. I broke down the systems. I was telling you who to send what, send where, and why. I hate when I be posting videos or it's to the point now where I don't even interact in other people's Facebook groups because somebody will be like, hey, I'm having this issue. What do I do? And they'd be like, oh, just send a 611 letter. Why? Why? Do you even know what 611 is? What do the 611 stand for? Hurry up. Real quick. Exactly. Y'all just doing shit because y'all see it. Y'all like kids. And I can say that because y'all know I got a gang of kids in here. Y'all act like children. He said, you cute. Can you tell me what a 611 is? Chavez, stop playing with me. For y'all that don't know, that's my husband. Hi, husband. Stop playing with me. The problem is y'all don't understand, and that's the problem. Listen, I'm all about getting your money and making your money and doing your thing. But what I hate is when you trying to make your money and you're purporting yourself to be something you're not. Because what a lot of y'all don't understand is that actually violates the law. CROA, and this is something else that I brought up in my video. CROA is the Credit Repair Organizations Act. A lot of people think that credit repair is an unregulated industry, and that's not true. Credit repair is bound by something called CROA, the Credit Repair Organizations Act, which is actually inside of the U.S. Code. It's a part of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, if you want to be technical. CROA dictates what we can and can't say. CROA dictates how we're allowed to behave as a company, our formation, things like that. For example, if you Zellin and Cash Apping and all that shit, your credit repair specialist, they are not CROA compliant. I'm just going to be 1,000% honest with you. If you're not signing a contract, they're not CROA compliant. There's so much that goes into it. But one of the main things is that you cannot advise a consumer to lie or defraud the government or companies as in the action of repairing their credit. So when they telling y'all to lie about how much money that you got coming in order to qualify for higher credit limits, when they telling y'all to lie and say, oh, it wasn't me, and to file police reports and do all that stuff, that violates, first of all, that's a federal offense. And that also violates the Credit Repair Organizations Act. There are laws in place that dictate what we can and can't do, but that's also something else that you guys aren't researching. So then these people just say what they want to y'all, and y'all just y'all eating it the fuck up. No, for real, girl. I was the private news network. Let me tell you, if you ever served with me, if you ever needed to know anything, you come holler at Brown. I got the tea. But that's literally what it is. Y'all not doing the research. That's literally all it boils down to, is y'all are not doing the research. For example, if you want to copy, matter of fact, if you are active on Facebook, at the bottom of your screen, you should see the stuff. I'm sorry, not Instagram, but at the bottom of your screen on everything else, y'all see it at the bottom. You should right there, plugged in the Credit Clubhouse. That's the name of my Facebook group. Join my Facebook group. I got it for free. I have the entire Fair Credit Reporting Act, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. I think I got the GFB. I got the Truth in Lending Act, all that shit for free in my Facebook group that you can go look at. You go look at it. Is there any way I can try and get an apartment collections reduced if I was the co-signer? Yes. So let's talk. Okay, so for real, if y'all got any questions, please put your questions in the comments too. So I guess since I'm here, hold on, let me text my husband right quick. Sorry, y'all. All right. Now we can get started. I'll answer y'all questions. All right. So she said, is there any way I can try and get an apartment collections reduced if I was the co-signer? When it comes to collections, you do have the option to negotiate. But the thing is, you have to learn that these companies don't have to work with you. At the end of the day, they hold the power because they know that it's going to hold you back from renting another place. And it's going to hold you back credit-wise because a collection is costing you points. So you have to negotiate, but you got to get them something to work with. So whenever I start negotiation, whenever I start settlement negotiations, or I try to do pay to deletes, where like in exchange for the money that I'm giving them, they'll either remove the account from my credit report or my tenant screening report, which is something I would look into for you. Or like, just look, I just don't want it costing me no points, make this shit disappear. You got to get them something. Now, I always start at 20% of whatever the original debt is, which is extremely low, and they never take it. But it shows them now I'm willing to negotiate, but I don't got all the money. If I had all the money, I would have fucking paid it all off. So always, you can negotiate, but you got to go into it knowing that it's a negotiation. So you got to go into it knowing like, all right, I'm going to have to pay something, but just know, don't sign yourself up for something you can't afford. Most companies will be willing to negotiate with you once it gets to the collection point because they've realized like, look, if she had the money, she would have paid it off by now. Let me just take what I can get out of her. It don't mean they're going to take whatever, but they will be willing to negotiate. And it's crazy because I be seeing people saying, buy my ebook on credit and the whole book be illegal. And people think just because it's in a book, it's legal. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Marquis on fire today. You give the information to fix our own credit without needing to fall for the pay to repair. You don't have to. Let's be clear. Now, let me tell y'all, I own and operate a credit repair company. Yes, I do. I have clients. I teach classes. I do home buying workshops and stuff like that. Like this is a business to me. Yes. But all of my content on social media, it is very rare where you'll even see me talking about the fact that I provide that service. Because if you want that service, you can come to me for that service. The information that I post on social media is for those people who need to do it themselves. Because I know what it's like when you can't afford somebody to do it for you. My social media is for the free. If you want service, then we can go talk in the back. Or you can email me. My website is legit. You can go to my website. It breaks down the prices and all that shit. But my social media was for people who want to do it themselves. For those of you who don't trust nobody, if you're not sure who to trust, if you don't think that other people will care about your credit the way you care about your credit, do it yourself. It's possible. You don't need a degree. You just need an understanding. You need to be able to ask questions. You need to be able to read. That sort of stuff. Pay something at least to know that you are acknowledging that you're trying. Yes. Is Veterans United a great company to work with? It depends. I try really hard to really hard not to down companies because just my experience with the company is not somebody else's experience with the companies. So I definitely say take anything anybody say with a grain of salt. But veterans, I would say do your research with Veterans United. That's all I'm gonna say. Do your research with Veterans United. For those of you who are military and y'all got questions about mortgage lenders, loans and stuff like that, there are two people. Damn it, Ariel, I can't never remember her name on TikTok is VA Loan Lady. She's one of my favorites, and y'all know I love me some Rebecca, the.mortgage.mentor. Those two are my favorite, the VA Loan Lady and then the Mortgage Mentor. Those are the only two people I ever recommend when it comes to my military people and even regular people and getting your home loan and answering questions and stuff like that. Rebecca been doing this shit damn near longer than I was born. I love your testimonies. I don't feel alone when I made credit mistakes and spent it poorly years ago. No, for real. Yeah, I'll put their names in the comments for you. At VA Loan Lady. And then I think that's how you do it at the.mortgage.mentor. And that's Rebecca. I'm pretty sure that's Ariel's name. I swear I can't never remember it when I need to. And then on Instagram, I don't know Ariel's Instagram, but the.mortgage.mentor, she's on Instagram as well. I know I was talking on TikTok, but she's on Instagram as well. Y'all know I love me some Rebecca. I've done lives with her. I got to meet her at FinCon for the first time in person. Y'all know she's my TikTok bestie. But yeah, those are my two go-tos when it comes to this house shit. I even send my clients to them because she's certified in damn near all 50 states. Whatever questions y'all got. Yes, Dad, because I'm coming back from deployment in 2024. I got you, girl. So I guess I can give y'all a life update. So y'all know that I wanted to be a consumer lawyer, and that's definitely still on the table. I got to get my bachelor's degree first. And I do have a job now. I got a job, y'all. Even though I always said I wasn't going to get another one, but I do have a job now. I work for a marketing company now, and they, on top of the military offering tuition assistance, they also offer a bunch of like assistance with like tuition and stuff like that. So the dream is definitely still alive. If anything, I feel like even more so now. So yeah, the dream is definitely still coming. Eventually, y'all definitely gonna see. I'm finna be a consumer lawyer. We finna be in court. All right, object. I can't fucking wait. But yes, that's definitely still on the table. But yeah, y'all, I got a job. I love it. It's been a month. I work for a marketing agency out in LA. If y'all follow me on Instagram, you'll see that last week I was in LA for all week, meeting my coworkers for the first time, and then like we had a holiday party, and it was just amazing. And I love it. I never saw this for myself. Marketing was never my thing. I don't have a degree. I don't have no certifications. I literally got my job. My TikTok was my resume. If y'all can be 1,000% honest with y'all, TikTok was my resume. That is how I got my job. And I've had some really cool projects that I've worked on that I can't wait for you guys to see. And yeah, I really like it. Being able to be creative all day. Like I just love it. So if anybody got questions about like using your creativity to get a fucking job, I can point y'all in the right direction, tell y'all about my stuff. Listen, it's coming. It's definitely coming. It's definitely coming in Black Gender. I'm telling you. I'm going to pass the bar. It's definitely coming. I do want to talk about something. I know this is a complete shift in the conversation, but I definitely got to bring this up while there's people watching. Listen, for those of y'all who don't know, if you were following me back around like July, that was when the changes first kind of went into effect. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion made some changes to how they process medical debt on your credit report. And so a lot of changes already went into effect. But January starts the most important change. So they're trying not to say when you should see it exactly, but it starts in January. So like we'll start seeing changes beginning in January. But medical debt that's under $500, I want to say it is, medical debt under $500 is no longer going to be reported on your credit report. Now, that's not to say January 1st, all that shit going to disappear, because it's not. But that's going to help a lot of people. And I've seen people who have collection accounts for like $30, $40, like co-pays on their credit report, and it's costing them points and keeping them from buying a home or getting the car they want with the numbers they want. But this is a huge change that's going to be happening. And so you guys need to pull all of your credit reports. If you are somebody with medical debt, you need to be pulling your reports to look at the amounts. There's also the change that my apartment complex gave me a new offer. Ooh, is it better though? Is it better? Because I know you said you didn't really want to stay. So make sure y'all pulling y'all credit reports to look at what you got. So if you know for a fact you got medical debt, you need to look at it. You also need to think about it like this. Paid medical debt no longer shows up on a credit report. As soon as you pay, they send off that payment. They report that shit to the credit bureaus. It comes immediately off. So if you have medical debt that is greater than $500, if you can negotiate a settlement, right? As soon as you negotiate the settlement and it's paid, it comes off completely. They don't care how you get the $0. As soon as that account reflects $0 owed, then you'll be able to get it removed from your credit report. Will I be starting from scratch when they remove my student loans for the student loans repayment? Why are they removing your student loans? So, okay, let's talk about student loan repayment for a little bit. So, when your student loans are forgiven, they don't erase. When your student loans are forgiven, it don't matter how they're forgiven. Okay, it don't matter. They're still going to be there. So no, you're not going to be starting over. They're still going to be there. It's just going to show as paid off. That's how it's going to show. So like all the history with your student loans is going to be there. It's just going to show as paid off. My student loans came off my report. Why did they come off? Your student loan should not have come off your report. And if I was you, I'd put that shit back on. A lot of people don't understand the value that student loans have just because they get really intimidated by the amount that they owe. But student loans are very, very, very valuable. That's the largest I have outside my cars. Student loans is also considered good debt, right? So they're not mad when they see it, as long as you are paying on time and shit like that. I can imagine when the reason why you lost points when your student loans came off your account is because that changes your credit age. For most people, your student loans are the oldest account that you have on your credit profile. On top of, so all of those, so, you know, for those of you who don't know, when your payments are deferred, they still show as on-time payments on your credit report because you don't have a payment due. So technically you're not late. So when you have your student loans, why did that change? There we go. So when you have your student loans and stuff, and now you're removing them, all of those years of you being in school and all of those on-time payments, you're losing all of that, and your score is going to drop. The original offer was $16.11 for 17 months. The new offer is $14.61 for 15, which is, oh, okay. That do sound a lot better. If they came off, are they being transferred? I know someone who that happened to and they came back. Sometimes that has happened, yes. During a transfer, they'll come off, but then they'll repopulate. What about a repo settled as a pay to delete? Is that still negative on the credit profile? Yes. A repossession period is negative, and not just because it's a repossession, but you got to think about what led to the repossession. When your vehicle is repossessed, it's usually due to non-payment, right? So that payment history is what is still costing you points on that account. Even though you paid the repo off, like that's cool and everything, the balance is zero, but you still have those missed payments that led to the account being charged off. That is why that repo is still considered a derogatory account, and it's still costing you points. And because of those late payments, I mean, unless they're going to go back and change it to paid as agreed and pays on time, it's going to keep costing you points until that account comes off. Also, repossessions, it's very rare that you'll see a repossession as a pay to delete, mainly because they typically don't sell the debt because they just make more money by holding on to it. So you might be able to settle a repo, but it's very rare that you'll see a pay to delete. No, for real. Being in my parents' house may be the 2023 moves with these rent prices. Listen, if I have all these kids, y'all think I would not be at my mama's house? Shoot. Think I'm playing. If a loan switch to another loan collection, is that illegal? No. So I get that question a lot. No, it's not illegal. So here's the thing. A collection company can sell I have 5 kids. Don't you wish that shit on me, Ricky Bobby. When you have a debt, it is completely legal for whoever you owe that money to sell your debt to a collection company without your consent. When you guys really need to start reading the terms and conditions and all that shit on these contracts that you're signing, because you give them permission to do this. And then once it's in collections, it can change hands as many times as they wanted to. And it's completely legal. There's nothing illegal about that process. It's actually written in the Fair Credit Reporting Act as being legal. Now, obviously, there are steps that obviously could be skipped that would change the legality of it. But the act itself is not illegal. I was making a joke about your husband, but I forgot he to cook. Yeah, chill out for I be in here starving. You know, they say don't bite the hand that feeds you. I watch what I say when it comes to that man, boy. Y'all make me so sick. Me here trying to keep this last $50 into my student loans. No, for real. Listen, don't be ashamed neither. Guru got me too. They got me, but they ain't gonna give me again. I tell you that shit. Mess around and end up with ramen noodles. All right, first of all, y'all not gonna keep treating ramen noodles like they bottom of the barrel, cause like I still eat them. I eat the shit out some ramen noodles. You hear me? I love me some oodles and noodles. You can't pay me to stop eating that shit. My kids too. It's so funny seeing my kids eating them, knowing how I grew up eating them. The 25 cent get me far, I understand. No, for real. Get me a couple chili. What about using a credit consolidation company? Do you recommend? Whew. Okay. So before I say what I say, I would like to preface this by saying I understand that for some people, debt consolidation may be the only option they believe that they have. When you have a lot of debt, it can be extremely overwhelming, having to pay all these different people and keep up with the payments, and it's just a lot. So a lot of times debt consolidation is done out of convenience because that convenience seems necessary at the time. And I am not ignorant of that. Now, that being said, I fucking hate debt consolidation companies. Number one, a lot of these companies, especially if it's debt for like credit cards that are still open, they'll tell you stop making payments so that the account will be charged off. Wrong fucking answer. I don't know why that's even a thing. Like, I can't believe they fucking telling people this, but yes, that is horrible, horrible, horrible advice. Because those the late payments and all that stuff and the missed payments that accumulates up to an account being charged off, that stuff costs you a whole lot of points. Your payment history is 35% of your credit score, your overall credit score. Like, why would you do that? That's so crazy to me. And then my biggest gripe with debt consolidation companies is that, yes, they pool all your debt, they pay everything off, add everything up, and then you pay them. But the interest rates that are associated with these debt consolidation loans are astronomical. And if you had the money to pay that shit off, you would have paid that shit off. Imagine having the same amount that you had to pay off plus interest. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And in my opinion, it's predatory. But I hate debt consolidation companies. And they also don't work to remove the information that can be taken off or negotiate. Like, for example, with collections, there are times when, yes, you would negotiate a pay to delete with a collection company so that, yeah, you still pay, but the account comes off your credit and you get those points back. Debt consolidation companies don't do none of that shit. So you're going to be stuck with the negative mark and it's paid. And you know, once it's paid, them people don't got to do no favors. So they don't have to retroactively remove the account after it's paid off. So you stuck with it. I just really dislike debt consolidation companies. Whew. All right, be careful with the business credit because y'all know that's not necessarily my area of expertise. But I can tell you all about my experience with it. They say it don't check your personal, but why get hits on my credit? That's not always true. When it comes to business credit, if it ever asks you for your social, expect for them to pull your information. A lot of times they're looking, especially if you don't have the processing history. So if it's a newer business and you don't have that background, that financial background, they're going to ask you to be what is known as a PG or a personal guarantor for your business. So you're pretty much saying, yo, if the business don't pay their bills, I got you, bro. It's co-signing. It's co-signing for your business. Now, are there ways to get funding for your business and to get things for your business without having to co-sign? Absolutely. But a lot of ways, no. Should you pay something to a credit card if you can't afford the high min and they won't work with you? I mean, I would say yes. And this more so plays on the relationship that you have with that lender. Because if you give them something, at least they see you working on it. You get what I'm saying? As opposed to you just not paying shit. They think you don't care. So then when you're trying to strike deals, they don't want to work with you because, girl, you don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. Like, that's what they on. So I would say, I mean, plus you're going to end up having to pay it all eventually anyway. Why not chip it down as much as you can until you can handle it? For somebody who has a lot of debt and they're trying to pay on it and it's a little overwhelming, what I recommend first is you got to come up with a plan. Because I guarantee if I ask, the first question I ask people when we sit down and we have conversations is, do you have a budget? A lot of people don't. Or if they have a budget, they're not sticking to it. Or they have an incomplete budget because it doesn't include things like their credit cards, their car payments, you get what I'm saying, all the debt that they have. You need a comprehensive budget so that you can sit down and iron out all of your debt payments, the interest rates, when the maturity rates, the maturity dates, like everything. You need to write down everything about your finances. Seeing it for a lot of people changes things. It just changes you mentally once you can visually see everything. And it also allows you to come up with a plan that works for you. At the end of the day, debt management and debt repayment is all about what works for you. Somebody saying something about a repo. Hold on, what I miss? It was a voluntary repo settlement with Santander, but the notice said it would forgive the balance. Okay, but just because it's forgiven, so let me tell y'all something about debt forgiveness, right? Might sound like it's cute, right? The problem is when debt greater than $600 is forgiven, you get sent something called a 1099-C. And what that means is the amount that was forgiven has to be claimed on your taxes as income. And you are taxed based on that. So it might sound like a blessing, but for some people, it could be a curse. Yep, somebody said it. It will have to be filed on taxes. Get your credit fixed today at Eastern Motors. Your job's your credit. At Eastern Motors. I think that's just a Baltimore thing. Ford, Honda, Chevy, Beamers, and many Benz holders, 600 cars, trucks, SUVs. Do anybody else know this commercial? Or is this just like a Baltimore thing? Hey, I forgot I was on Twitch. What's up, Rogers? I forgot I was on Twitch again. I definitely think that's just a Baltimore thing. That definitely unlocked a yes. Are you listening, man? That definitely unlocked a core memory, bro. Now I'm gonna have to watch the commercial. It's gotta be because I was like, what is she singing? It's a commercial that used to come on back in the day for a car dealership. Shout out to everybody else working from home. I just want to shout out to y'all. Yes, 1099-C. Whenever a debt is forgiven, so whenever a company forgives you for a debt, you got to put it on your taxes. I haven't heard it here in Philly. OMG. It is a DMV thing. Okay. Yeah, they send you that 1099-C and they send that shit with a quickness. If you ain't get it yet, but you know that you had a debt forgiven and it was greater than $600, please reach out to those companies. Jimmy the Boxer is here though. Who the hell is Jimmy the Boxer? I still eat noodles though. But isn't one interest better than the multiple interest on the individual credit cards? No. Well, I guess so. This also goes, that's a personal preference thing because you got to think about it like this. When it comes to credit cards and the interest, you only get charged interest on the balance that's left over after your state, is it the statement date or payment due date? So if you pay it all off, you ain't got to worry about that shit. Now, if you know you're going to still have a balance on it, the thing about, I guess for most people, depending on the credit cards you have, because a lot of credit cards have variable interest rates, right? So what that means is depending on how the economy is doing, your interest rate will go up and down. So when they were talking about raising the Fed rate and all that stuff, that means the interest rate associated with a lot of y'all credit cards went up. So in that instance, I can understand why debt consolidation is an option for a lot of people because they don't want to deal with the variable interest rates on all the different they don't want to deal with the variable interest rates associated with all the different credit cards and all that stuff. But again, this is a preference thing. A lot of people only do debt consolidation because of the convenience of, like you said, having that one interest rate compared to multiple interest rates. But a lot of times you can handle it. You just don't have the right budget. So once you do your entire budget, oh, speaking of, let me put it up so y'all can see because y'all know I'm the plug. But let me go down. Where is it? Here it is right here. Here it is. But yeah, debt consolidation only works when your credit is good. It's better when your credit is good because you get better interest rates. That's what it is. Hey, Navy Fed. Y'all know I love me some Navy Federal. Remember they had the Redskins players? Yes, I do remember they had them in the fucking commercials. Okay, don't let that not be reported. IRS going to definitely catch on because, yes, bro, one thing about the IRS, they might not catch you today and they might not catch you tomorrow. Oh, girl, but they're going to catch you. Y'all got to make sure, if you know for a fact that you've had debt forgiven this year and you did not get a 1099-C in the mail, maybe because they just don't have your most up-to-date address, reach out to those companies and get them to resend them to you because you can be damn sure they claimed it. Can you get your interest rate reduced with Navy Federal? You can always get an interest rate reduced depending on what the product is and the terms of your contract. Now, in your contract, if it specifically say, hey, ho, we're not changing it, then no. But for the most part, yeah, as long as what I tell people, and this goes with refinances too, if your credit score and credit profile is better or higher than what it was when you initially got the account, that is your grounds for requesting a lower interest rate or refinancing whatever it is you're trying to refinance. But you got to make sure that your credit profile and your credit score and stuff is higher. So will those people who got student loan forgiveness get a 1099-C? That's okay. So I'm actually glad you asked me that, G. So listen, in some states, not all states, but in some states, you are going to be paying state taxes on that student loan forgiveness. Now, federally, From my understanding, no, you will not be paying taxes on that student loan forgiveness due to an amendment I think that they did or are doing in conjunction with that student loan forgiveness. But state-wise, there are a couple states who still have it set up to where if that student loan forgiveness goes through, you will be paying taxes on that student loan forgiveness. How long should you wait to refinance? However long it takes for you to improve your credit standing. It could be 3 months. It could be 6 months. It could be 9 months. Is there a way to consolidate outside of using a company? All right. So depending on what your credit score looks like. So for those of you who have like a lot of different credit card debt and stuff, a lot of people will do balance transfers. Like, for example, Chase is a company that I hear people do it with a lot. If you have a good credit score, Chase has this thing where you get like, it's like 0% interest for 18 months. With their balance transfers. And so what they'll do is they will transfer the balance on their credit cards to this card and then pay it off in the 18 months so that they don't have to pay any interest at all. That is one way that people consolidate their debt without using a company. Some people would just go out and get a personal loan and then use that money to pay everything off. There are a lot of ways to consolidate your debt. It's really whatever you're comfortable with and whatever you qualify for. That's kind of what it boils down to. The IRS gonna want they loot. Oh, I am right. Okay, so I am right on the student loan forgiveness too. But yeah. What other questions y'all got for me? And I did put it up on the screen, but for those of y'all who do not have budgets and y'all keep hearing me talking about how important it is for you to have a budget. Y'all know I partnered with Physical, www.fisecal.com/themoneyplug. It's going to ask you some questions. You ask, as long as you answer the questions honestly, you got all your expenses and stuff input it will spit out a customized budget and action plan for you. And then you even get like, it'll send you like a little link so we can have a little 15-minute chat about your budget in case you want to change something. And I can give you an even bigger one, like a more in-depth budget, but it's completely free. It's just going to ask you for some information. Hey, Nia girl. I miss y'all. I was gone all last week and I came back and I'm like, damn, now it's Christmas and ain't nobody really talking in the group chat. Back hurt. Ugh. I disputed a charge off multiple times, asked for proof, etc. Sent the FTC letter. What's next? Why did you send the FTC letter? What is a FTC letter? And how did you dispute it? So this kind of goes back to what I was telling y'all earlier. It's all about how and why you're disputing stuff. So like, she said she disputed a charge off multiple times. How did you dispute that charge off? Outside of just asking for proof. And then what a lot of people don't understand is that when it comes to charge offs specifically, right? It's a lot harder to remove charge offs because these are the companies that you originally signed up with. And so they tend to have all the documentation that a collection company would have like lost by now. It's fraud, and I was told to do it by the police department. You need to instead of disputing it. So that's another thing. If you are a victim of fraud, disputing the information is not the first step. The first thing you need to do outside of getting your police report is that you need to contact the company's fraud department and ask them what is the process that they have for investigating fraud. Because just disputing it is not enough. Just disputing it is not enough. Okay. So then after that, and if that don't work, you get a lawyer. Disputing it isn't going to do anything because all they're going to do, if they've already investigated, all they're going to do when you dispute it is that they're just going to produce the results of the fraud investigation. And if it didn't go in your favor, then the dispute is not going to go in your favor. The only option you have is to make sure that you followed every single step you needed to for the fraud investigation, provided every shred of evidence. And then if it still isn't going anywhere, you're going to have to get a lawyer. If it's almost 7 years old, I ain't going to hold you. Unless I'm going to go buy a house tomorrow, I would just wait for it to fall off. Y'all know I talk to y'all all the time about that repo I had. I had a repossession on my credit. I was not giving them people that money. Statute of limitations had passed already. And so I was looking at them like Diddy was looking at that dude on stage when he was on the floor. Like, and I just did it until it fell off. I have to do a new budget plan based on that new 100% VA, baby. Yes, let's go. I was literally just looking at that today, looking at the fee schedule. Portfolio falls off in July, period. We having a party. She said, I think I will wait. Sometimes that may be the only option. It's not going to always go in your favor. I wish it was a cheat code I could give you, but if it's about to fall off, it's no point. You might as well just let it fall off. My credit took a major hit this year with late payments. Where would you start on the rebuild? So first of all, for late payments, if you have a really good relationship with the lender, you could always ask for help. So you can say, hey, can you forgive some of these late payments, or can you forgive this late payment specifically? If that don't work, then the only thing that can kind of overcome late payments is on-time payments. So this means that for the rule of thumb is typically 7 on-time payments can cover up 1 late payment, or at least sweep it under the rug a little bit. So you just add more accounts to your profile that will give you that payment history. And it don't always have to be like credit cards and loans either. You know, I talk a lot about alternative accounts, accounts that provide alternative data to the credit bureau so that it boosts your score without you having to go into debt. For those of you who pay rent, you can always, for those of you who pay rent, you can do rent reporting. That will add payment history to your profile. And some companies will go back and report the last 2 years worth of rent payments on your credit. So that'll give you 2 years of on-time payments. For UG, it's other accounts you can add, like the Credit Sesame Cash card. It's a debit card. And what I do is I put my Starbucks money on it. So I'll put $25 on the card, and then I'll take that $25 and put it on my Starbucks card. For every month that I make one purchase with my Credit Sesame Cash debit card, it will report on-time payment history to the credit bureaus. Y'all know I love me some Credit Sesame. There are other cards and accounts that do that exact same thing, where technically it's not costing you additional money. It's just it's a little convoluted in how you do things, but I mean, it'll get it done and you get that on-time payment history without getting a whole bunch of debt. There's also Outro for those of you who have iPhones. They will pay your subscriptions and then you pay Outro. Like, it worked like that. That adds a positive payment history, so that'll add some on-time payments every month for you as well. Early removal is a letter that you can send to the credit bureaus asking them to remove an account. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. It's really hit or miss. There's nothing necessarily technical to it. It's just asking for a favor. I'm sending CQ monthly late payment goodwill letters, period. I did that with Capital One, and it took me like 4 letters, but I got it. The rent pay company that I prefer and that I use personally is Boom Pay. They go back 2 years. You got to pay a little extra, but they went back and reported 2 years worth of payment history. I hate CQ. It's MeQ for me. I hate MeQ. Is it better to pay off a closed credit card with a balance in full or pay the minimum no interest charges? It depends on what you got. I can't sit here and tell you what your money look like. If you got all the money, pay it the fuck off. But if you don't got all the money, just keep paying the minimum until it's paid off. Can you send letters, or do you need to call each company for late payment forgiveness? I would send letters. Remember, anything that you send in a letter, they'll normally respond in a letter. And anything in writing is considered a legally binding contract between you and whoever the fuck sent you that letter. And that's something that you can take to court. I have an extra card, but they charge. That's still cheaper than you going out and getting a whole nother like credit card and credit limit and shit like that. So I like the extra card. There's nothing wrong with that either. The Chime Credit Builder card, the only gripe that I have with the Chime card is that you got to have a direct deposit in order to qualify for the card. But I mean, paying the debt off, it still counts as a closed line, and then it'll drop the credit score, right? Well, the account is already closed. So it's not that it's going to drop your credit score already dropped. At this point, you're just paying the balance off. But by not paying this off, this is affecting your credit utilization until it's paid off. You need to get that paid off as soon as possible. I mean, it's already closed. Don't go bye-bye. I don't know why this shit stuck in my head. All right, now I'll do this because now I'm going to think everything okay. If I remove an inquiry before the credit card shows up on my credit card, will that close the account? It is a possibility. So whenever it comes to removing inquiries, I don't know why y'all be so obsessed with inquiries themselves. Because that's only like 10% of your overall score, if that. Like, it's worth like 2, 3, 5, 7 points, right? Like, it's not a big deal. And they want to see that you guys are opening new accounts. They want to see inquiries on your credit report. However, you never, ever dispute inquiries that are tied to accounts that you actually opened up. Because what that signals to them is, oh shit, this might be fraud. And to cover they asses, they may close your account. So that's just the FYI. That little 10%. It's so funny because, like, when y'all know I do something called credit audits. Or for those of you who don't know, I do something called a credit audit, which is where people come and we evaluate their credit. It's not even to get it fixed. They just want to get it evaluated, or at least get a game plan so how they can fix it themselves. And we sit down, and the first thing they start apologizing for is their inquiries. And a lot of times it don't even be that. Like, that'd be the last thing you need to be looking at. It'd be that credit utilization that's got a lot of y'all credit scores in the chokehold. Does the LexisNexis suppression help with charged off debt disputes? No. I'm sorry if that hurt some people's feelings, but no. And I'm gonna be real with you. So here's the thing: when you guys are suppressing information, eventually you're gonna have to unsuppress that shit. And what's gonna happen when you unsuppress it? The shit gonna pop back up. That's why I'm not a big fan of, suppress everything, then dispute everything, and then it's all gonna come off. Girl, that shit's gonna come back. And when it come back, it's gonna hurt your credit even more because now it's considered fresh information. The older derogatory market is, the less points it's hurting you. The more recent it is, the more points you're gonna lose. I've requested you. Hope it's okay moving to Texas in January 2024. You requested me? Me? What that mean? Like, you sent me a friend request? Hey, and some of y'all kind of weird. Stop searching me on Facebook. Just add my business page or join the Facebook group. It's kind of weird when y'all be trying to get on my personal page. I got kids. Allegedly, this is a form of credit card stacking for small businesses before they're able to get small biz funding. Oh, I don't talk about that. I ain't doing it. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't do that credit card stacking shit. Oh, she requested you, Marcus? Can you bounce back from high utilization? If so, how long? Once you pay your card down. Credit utilization is the easiest section to manipulate for points because it's the fastest section you can manipulate for points. You could literally pay all your credit cards off and before the statement date, and then the statement date hit, and boom, you got all these points back. When it comes to disputes and all that shit take time. You got to wait for them to respond. But when it comes to your credit utilization, listen, you get them points, like, depending on when you pay, you get that shit quick. It don't take you long to bounce back at all. I need to, y'all send me some likes. Y'all tap the screen on TikTok, y'all, please, to get more people in here. I need to stay off Amazon for my utilization and stop going out and eating out. Now, you know me. You know I'm the DoorDash queen. Listen, I tell people all the time, look, I ain't going to tell you what to cut out your budget because I don't live your life. Because anybody who look at my budget will be like, bitch, stop eating out. I don't got to stop eating out because I've adjusted my budget to accommodate my habit. Reporting my last 2 years of rent will increase my score because it is at a standstill. It depends. So that's another thing. You guys aren't understanding how your credit score is calculated. And so every solution that you hear of won't affect you the same because your credit score and your credit profile is not the same. So I understood at the time my credit score and what my problem was. My problem was my payment history. And so I knew that adding accounts and with history would boost my score because I knew that was what my profile needed. So let's talk about that for a second. How is your credit score calculated? There are 5 categories that are used to generate points for your credit score. There's your payment history. That's 35% of your overall score. There's your credit utilization. That's 30% of your overall score. There is your mix of accounts. Length of credit history is the next section. That's 15% of your credit score. Then there is, why is my screen doing this? Hold on. And then there's mix of accounts and then inquiries, 10% and 10%. Mix of accounts is loans and credit cards. The average, right, good credit profile has at least 3 credit cards, 1 short-term loan and 1 long-term loan. That's the average. Hi, Janaya. That's the average good credit profile. And so a short-term loan is a loan that takes you less than 2 years to pay off, 2 years or less to pay off. A long-term loan is greater than that. So that's usually like a mortgage or a car or something like that. Best starter cards for repairing credit, Capital One. Discover you already got to be in some kind of good stand. As a matter of fact, I'm on StreamYard, Tracy. As a matter of fact, if you go to my website or click the link in my bio for those of you on TikTok, or go to my website, markiab or markiabrown.com, I have an email list that you can sign up for. When you sign up for the email list, it gives you a freebie. Like, it's a free downloadable that not only breaks down how your credit score is calculated, but it also gives you some suggestions on accounts that you can add to your credit profile that won't put you in a debt. So like non-traditional credit cards and stuff like that. And Janaya, this answers your questions too. She said, do you have any advice for the young teens trying to build credit? Once you sign up for my email list, it triggers a 4-day email like sequence. And in those emails, there's freebies in those emails. There's a free budget. There's another downloadable that has an entire list of credit cards, like how they work, the different tiers, what credit cards are good for those of you rebuilding after a bankruptcy, for those of you just rebuilding, period. Like, so all of that stuff is triggered once you sign up for the email list. Like, you get a bunch of shit like the first week, a bunch of resources. I'm real big on giving y'all resources. You're so welcome. Bye, Ginger. Y'all want to hear something funny? Y'all too gonna laugh. So last week when I was in LA, we went to Universal Studios for my company holiday party. Pause. These people got money, because Universal Studios for a holiday party, girl. I thought we was gonna go to Golden Corral or something. But anyway, and so I got lost in Harry Potter World, or whatever it's called, in Hogsmeade, and the Harry Potter train was right there, and they had like a conductor. So the dude had an accent and stuff, and I was like, "Can I take a selfie with you?" And he was like, he looked at me, and he was like, "Yeah." So we took a picture, and I was like, all right, ain't no kids over here. Is this really your accent, or is you like from Florida or something? He's like, "No, I'm really from Europe." He's like, "But I bet you I can tell you where you from." I was like, "You can tell me where I'm from?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Where I'm from?" He's like, "You from Baltimore, ain't you? Because you just sound just like the people off The Wire." Y'all, I lost it. I was dead. I was dead. I was like, "Okay, sir, y'all play way too much." Capital One, any card. I mean, having a relationship with Capital One at all is really good, in all honesty. Everybody always say The Wire when they find out where I'm from. Everybody. No place like it on earth. I love Cali. I can't wait to go back out there. The food is phenomenal. And y'all know the way to my heart is through my stomach. Probably because I can't cook. Not Stringer Bell. Ah! See, it's not only me telling you about your accent. No, it's really not, Keisha. It's really not. Oh, what part of Cali? I'm moving out there, actually. The Wire was originally going to be in DC, but it's too close to the Capitol. Yeah, that would have made him look bad. Back in the day, back when they were still filming The Wire, they used to give us $50 and some community service hours to be in the episodes. I was looking in like Culver City, Palmdale. I looked in Torrance. I was looking low key all over the place. But I am moving to California. So if y'all know some places that can accommodate a rather large family, holla at your girl. Oh, for real? I stayed I was where did I stay at? My hotel was off of Jefferson. I stayed in this. It was a really cute hotel called the Miami. They got an ant problem, but it was a really cute hotel. They had like a courtyard, and they had manager's hour where they had like the little fire pit lit. It was really nice. It's a mall over there. I ain't go to the mall. I was up on I went to Shaquille O'Neal little chicken spot up there off of Stone Mountain Parkway. Now that shit was fire. That was good. Shaq really doing something. That food was so good. No, for real. I walked in and was like, this is nice. They ain't got no roaches or nothing. I ain't gonna lie, it was really good. The hotel was really nice. I left them a good review, but I definitely took pictures of the ants and was like, y'all gotta get that shit under control. It's kind of wild. I almost went and bought fucking ant spray. But the food was, man, let me tell y'all, that food in Cali is unmatched. Shaq toe tap too much for me. Listen. I'm not a Shaquille O'Neal fan. I haven't been a Shaquille O'Neal fan since he left the Lakers. But that motherfucking food be fooding, okay? That shit had me in there. I got the Shaq sandwich. If you follow me on Instagram, I had it on my story. I might have posted a picture of it. But like, you follow me on Facebook, so you should see it. I posted a picture of the food. And the chicken sandwich was like this big. She had me like, Popeyes, who? I'm telling you. Yeah, Navy Fed does do early direct deposit. It's 2 days early. They do 2 days early. That was why I like it. Shout out to USAA too, because USAA low-key starting to do that 2 day early shit too. Well, I don't know if that was an accident, but yeah. No, because it was my regular paycheck. Shaq has the same restaurant on a Carnival cruise ship. My mother said the same thing. I must be getting on the wrong cruise ships because all I ever seen is Guy Fieri. And I mean, I guess his food nice too, but I want Shaq. I want Shaq. That's the shit I want to see on a ship. I'm telling y'all, that food was really, really good, y'all. I thought you had to be active duty or retired for the 2 days early. That's why I was like, oh. No, it wasn't that check. It was my regular. I don't know. Maybe it was an accident, but my check definitely came 2 days early. This was my first one, though, so I don't know if this is a continuous thing or not. So holla at me in like 2 more weeks. But I was going to look into USAA too, but the military person has to be living. Oh, I did not know that. I did not know that. Y'all know my mama be getting all this shit through me. My daughter served this country. That's why I chose Navy Fed. Okay, that makes sense. I did not know that. Thank you for telling me that. I definitely didn't know that. So now I'm going to have to amend what I be recommending to people. USAA cracked down on them scams. Yeah, buddy. Listen. Whew. I don't blame them. I know that shit had to cost them millions of dollars. Had to. Hey, Toot. I heard, so Nate, okay, so let's talk about that for a second. For those of y'all know, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. How I turn this off? There we go. Okay, so y'all know how everybody was telling y'all, like, get a Navy Federal account, lie, or like they were selling their access codes so that people could get Navy Federal accounts to get them in, even though they weren't military affiliated. Y'all better be very fucking careful because they are shutting people accounts down. Not only yours, but they're going to shut down the account of the person that recommended you to them. The reason that Navy Federal is the #1 credit union in the United States is because y'all think that the stuff that they have is so exclusive. The thing about Americans, y'all love exclusivity. Y'all just got to be the only ones or the best ones, and it's so weird. But there are other credit unions out there. Y'all don't got to lie to get access to Navy Federal. I promise. There's so many other really, really great credit unions out there for people. Like, y'all really don't have to do all that. Other credit unions have the same perks, if not better perks, that you actually qualify for. But credit unions is where it's at. CQ, MEQ, First Mariner, John Hopkins. Most jobs have credit unions like Northrop Grumman Credit Union, DCU, There's a lot of credit unions out there, but the problem is they don't got the same marketing budget as Navy Federal. So of course, everybody see Navy Federal, everybody want Navy Federal. Just do some research, see what's local to you. It just take, I mean, the NCUA has if you go like, I think it's like ncua.gov is the website. But if you go to their website, they have a credit union locator so that you can find people in their network. And it'll show you all the ones close to you. I actually met a guy from Arkansas. His name is Arlo Washington. I'll never forget. It's a young black guy who runs a credit union out of Arkansas. Super proud. Like, I was super proud talking to that man. A black-owned credit union. It was crazy. But yeah, check on NCUA. I've been trying to get my partner in the CQ, but they kept telling him no, so we both got Navy Fed. That makes sense, yeah. My husband got Navy Fed. Oh, shit. Not me being tired, and it's only midday. Do they see your credit and decline you for a check-in? I ain't never heard of that, but I've never heard of them denying you a checking account because you got bad credit. But if you in check systems, they definitely not going. Yeah, but I've never seen it. Let me be specific. I've never seen it. If your dad was in the Navy but has passed, can I still apply? For Navy Federal, yes. USAA, no. Ooh. Is everybody ready for Christmas? Because I was still out shopping today. Of course, I was shopping at the last minute. All I hear is the theme song. Ew, did you just say USAA insurance, sir? Absolutely not. Absolute USAA. Oh my God. Now I'm gonna keep saying it. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I have who I got now? I got insurance. I think. Yeah, I got insurance. And it's cheap as shit for 2 cars. And a husband who just crashed my fucking car, but I don't really celebrate Christmas. I look for any excuse to buy a gift. I ain't gonna hold you. I would say since I got older though, Christmas don't be Christmasing no more. Like the sales don't be the same. Like, you know, that sort of thing. Sorry, I was cleaning the top of my computer. I need to dust it off. We fly home to Maryland Friday, hopefully, if this weather act right. Yeah, because you know that, oh my God, it was snowing yesterday. I was talking to my little sister, and she was like, girl, it's snowing outside. I was like, ew, get on my phone with that negativity. I don't need an excuse to buy gifts. I do. Otherwise, I ain't doing that shit. Let me tell y'all something. I ain't giving nobody nothing. Do you know about the installment apps and how and when they will report on credit? So some of them already do, depending on it. I think so we call them buy now, pay later, or BNPL. And so some of them already report for some, depending on the amount that you're borrowing, I think is the threshold for when a lot of them start reporting. But really it just depends on when they're going to start telling. I've seen Affirm, I've seen Afterpay on people's credit so far. I haven't seen Quad Pay and I haven't seen Klarna just yet. USAA insurance start off cheap, but they get expensive after a while. I don't know what they were smoking when I came back from, because I had USAA all the way up to when we went to Germany. I had it over there too. And then when we got back and had to switch back over to an American policy, they was high. Whew. Absolutely not. So then that was when I got insurance. But then I got into that accident. I actually got into the accident the day before my husband's birthday last year, I want to say. No, this was like right after we got to America. So this had to be like, because this was the day after I got my truck off the ship. And I got into an accident, totaled my husband's Kia. And so I was scared my insurance was going to go up. So I switched over to Allstate. But then Allstate went up because my husband messed my van up. So then we went back to insurance because it's way cheaper. Should I open both a checking and a savings at Navy Federal to eventually get a credit card? I mean, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you have a relationship with them. You can just open a checking or just open a savings. No, for real. I was not in good hands. Okay. That's literally the only reason I even went to them. But they was smoking something if they thought I was gonna keep paying that shit. I heard you have to switch around yearly too. That's yeah. But I love insurance. Shout out to insurance. My insurance is cheap as shit. I was paying $404 with Allstate for 2 drivers with 2 cars. And I paid $260 something with insurance for full coverage. I have full coverage and emergency roadside assistance because y'all know a bitch is not getting out and changing no fucking tires. So y'all see these nails? Do it look like I'm about to go fucking change nobody's fucking tires? Not Stringle Bell. I have AAA. Everybody been telling me to look into them. I'll pay the $15, period. Okay, because I'm not doing shit. My days of manual labor is over. I'm living a soft life. I pay $170, $175 for USA. Is that just for you? Is that just for you? Who your agent? Look, put me on. Bros, do we have off today? We about 208, yeah. I mean, shit, I got 2 accidents up under my belt since we got back in 2020, 2021? 2021. Says I had 2 accidents up under my insurance belt since 2021. I'm lucky that's all I'm paying at this point. Two accidents and a ticket. Damn. Y'all, I just got a ticket. That just reminds me. I fucking hate. Soon as I crossed Maryland state lines, my phone fell out the holder and I picked it up and I was holding it like this, looking, and I'm driving. The next thing I know, I saw the police next to me. He gets behind me in the line and then just came behind me and pulled me over. $70-something ticket for using my phone while driving. I was pissed. So I hope that don't raise my ticket up. That's the first time I've been pulled over in years. Years. I was so hot. I have insurance at $160 for 2 cars. I definitely recommend. My husband and I had a claim each last year. Let me tell you, insurance take good care of their people. I will say that. Listen, if you got bad credit and you wonder why your insurance is high as fuck, pull your Clue Auto report too. I mean, I'm sorry, if you got good credit, but your insurance still high as shit and you don't know why, pull your Clue Auto report because y'all know your credit ties into that, right? Just so everybody on the same page. But your Clue Auto report is your consumer report that they use to generate like your insurance history and stuff like that, because you can clean that shit up too. The same way you clean up your regular credit report. And that'll help with your insurance. My ticket said failed to display registration. And I was trying to be quick and pay it before my mom knew at 19. Shit. My mother I was never on my mother's insurance. Now that I think about it, boy, she would never. She knew. One thing, I have a left foot. So for me, I think my coming to Jesus moment with my insurance, with driving, period, was a couple years ago. This was when we moved to North Carolina from South Carolina. So I was pregnant. This had to be like 2016, 2017. I was doing 102, I want to say, in a 55. I saw the police officer, bro. I instantly pulled over. Like, I just knew. I didn't even wait for him to turn his lights on or something. I just started slowing down and pulled over. I just knew I was going to fucking go to jail. I had to pee real bad because I was pregnant. I had to pee real bad. I was like, I'm going to go to jail. My husband ain't had his driver's license yet. My whole life fucking flashed before my fucking eyes. I was going that fast because I had to pee and I was in white people country. And when I say white people country, I mean like, I had got off a couple exits before I seen the police officer to go to the bathroom, and across the street from the fucking gas station was a fucking cotton field. Do you think I was going to go piss at this fucking gas station? Absolutely the fuck not. I was waiting until I got to society. Do you hear me? I needed black people to be around when the fuck I went to the bathroom. And so when he pulled me over, I told him the truth. He said, why are you going so fast? I said, sir, I got to pee so fast. So if you want to give me a ticket, just go ahead and give me the ticket now because I got to go. So he lowered it to like, He lowered it to, I was going 20 over in a 55, and then I was supposed to go to court, but I missed my court date because of a military obligation. And I ended up automatically getting whatever the fuck they charged me with. My license got suspended. Y'all know, at the time I was a truck driver. That shit was crazy because I thought the Army was going to take my job. But yeah, I ended up, my ticket was I had a $432 ticket. I'll never forget that shit. And then I had to take like a driving class online. And my insurance shot the fuck up after that. I was like, I will never do that again. I have not been pulled over since, until that fucking phone shit. Had not been pulled over since. All my scores are 750 or higher, and really nothing much on my reports. Oh yeah, you lucky. Not they kicked me off and I had to go to Maeve. Ugh, I hate Maeve. Yeah, that's reckless driving. I got charged. I was going to get charged with reckless driving, but they dropped my speed because he technically didn't have a radar. He dropped my speed. That was the only reason I didn't get reckless driving. Better get you a go. No, for real. Typically, claims stay on your driving record 5 years and violations are 2 years. Man, that shit killed my fucking insurance for a minute. Not me just sitting here kikiing with y'all. How long have I been live, bro? How long have I been on this shit? An hour and a half. No, I do. And you know what, Marcus? Somebody emailed me like, are you not doing this no more? Like, because I just haven't been live in a while. Yeah, they're gonna catch you when it's time for you to renew your tags. That's how Easy Pass got me, y'all. Easy Pass got me for like 4 bands. Let me tell you, because I used to be $8.95, $95, $6.95. I ain't give a fuck. I have missed going live. Cute, like the last 3 months or so, I've really been MIA working on some stuff. So, but you know, January, baby, we back, baby, we back. We going back to the weekly lives. Okay. As he said, as many tickets as I had going to Philly from that 95 tunnel. No, for real. What's up, Latravius? No, for real, because that was definitely me. Going to New York, the Lincoln Tunnel. What? I just used to vroom vroom. Girl, the turnpike. The turnpike is what used to get me. That New Jersey turnpike. I just started taking the makeup off. I like driving everywhere. Like I tell people all the time, if we going somewhere, I'm gonna drive my own car. I meet y'all there. Because I like being able to leave when the fuck I want to. Have you had any experience with the collection company called Credit Bureau Associates? Yes, I have, actually. Experience as far as what? Are you trying to like settle with them? I sure did drove that 14 hours to FinCon at the time of my motherfucking life. Do you hear me? The time of my motherfucking life. I was taking pictures at all the rest stops and shit. That shit was fun. That shit was really fun. I've driven to Miami a couple times. I think I drove to Miami 3 times. Yeah, I drove to Miami 3 times before. Yes, I have 3 medical collections under them. So with medical collections, they automatically come off once they are paid. That is a policy that went into effect beginning in July. So if you can negotiate settlements or just lower payment amounts if you're not willing to pay them in full, once they are paid, they'll come off your credit. So you don't even really got to do too much negotiating and all that shit for the removals. Once it's paid, it comes off. I drove from Texas to Michigan and back 26 hours each dang way. I drove from, I was in the car and I didn't drive this time, but goddamn, that was a long ride. We went from Milwaukee to Austin. That was a drive. That was a drive. Would you recommend corresponding with them via mail or email? Either one, as long as it's in writing, it's considered a legally binding document. As long as you're not talking to them over the phone, you good. I did Maryland to Texas when we came. Ooh. My husband talking about driving the cars to fucking California. He must be smoking dick. Ain't no way I'm driving that shit to California. Oh, I ain't mean to say that. He just must be high because I'm not driving my fucking car to California. Absolutely not. Might as well. Hell to the no. No, I'm not. I know I have one collection that's under $500. The other ones are just a little over $500. Yeah, so if you can negotiate all of those to lesser amounts, I would even go so far as to reach out to the hospital or the place that you had the procedure to see what charities they have associated with them to see if they'll cover the bill. Like when I say there's so many options you have with medical debt. Yeah, I know, right? About to get the damn live cut off. I'm sorry. It's been a long time since I had a violation. Sightseeing. I'm not going nobody sightseeing. I'm not getting out that car. I'm not getting out that car until we get to California. That's from a radiology company for an MRI. Damn. If I was you, go through social services, and see if they can give you a list of organizations, or you could probably look it up online, of organizations that help with medical bills. There are organizations out there that do that. So there's also an option that you have. And then, like I said, or you can just negotiate lesser amounts and then just knock them out one by one. Because once they're paid, they come right off your credit. You have to go to the Grand Canyon. I want to go. I want to go. I definitely want to go. Here we go. All right, y'all. We've been live for a real long time. You want to hear another hack I've been hearing about medical collections? Oh, let me hear it. Yeah. Thanks for that advice. We'll definitely be corresponding with them. Those are the only 3 that I have. Oh, well, you're in good shape. I got a subsidized student loan and my credit score dropped from 790 to 730. Will it go up? If you just now getting that loan, whenever you open up or close an account, so like if you pay off a loan or if you open one up, your score is going to fluctuate because it's introducing a new line of credit or it's closing an old line of credit. When that happens, I typically tell people, give your credit score about 3 months to really settle. But yeah, it'll go back up. If that is the reason why your score went down, it'll go back up. If you tell them you unemployed, they'll pay for it. Shut up, for real? Now, is that just hospital or is that like doctor's office? I ain't good at lying either. I get caught. And y'all, why y'all ain't tell me about Kindles? So shout out to my best friend in the whole wide world, hospitals. I'm gonna look into that. My best friend in the whole wide world gave me his old Kindle because he got a new one. He bought himself a new one. So I was like, oh, let me have it. I'll use it because for those of you who don't know, I read a whole lot, but I usually use my phone, so it kills my battery. But I didn't got this. Let me see. I went and picked this up from Earn on my way home from LA. So I got home at like 2 a.m. on Monday. I done already read about 4-5 books with this thing. When I say, and it's waterproof, which is like, listen, my iPad ain't waterproof, so that damn thing don't go in the bathroom. I went in the bathroom with this. Boy, I was in the bathroom for like 8 hours. It felt like, oh. Shout out to y'all with Kindles. I can't believe y'all ain't put me on before now. If I plan to pay back the subsidized loan, should I wait after 3 months for it to settle? What do you mean? If you're going to pay it off now. Either way, when the loan closes, you're going to lose those points. You get what I'm saying? I went to the hospital and ended up with a $400 bill. God damn. I've been debating on a Kindle versus an iPad. So let me say this. I have an iPad Pro. And I have the big one. I'm real big on go big or go home. So my iPad's probably like this big altogether. My kids took it. But my iPad's pretty big. So like sitting in the bathtub with my iPad was just unrealistic. Like super unrealistic. But this Kindle, let me tell you, I be in the tub like, let me tell you, I be forgetting what the fuck I went in the bathroom for. I'm telling you, like, this thing be glued to my hand. I walk around the house with this thing, like, and I just like it because it's not killing my phone battery. So I don't feel bad reading. I don't got to stop reading because my phone on 10%, shit like that. Like, I love it. I think this is called the Paperwhite Kindle. I think it might be. Or I don't know. I got to ask him which one this is because he gave it to me with the case and everything already on it. But man, like I loved it. I download my books straight on here. I love this thing, which is wild because years ago, this was probably like 2012, me and my sisters bought my mother a Kindle Fire, and I never thought nothing of it because at the time I was just like, well, I got the app on my laptop, so it's not a big deal. But damn, I've been missing out because listen, I already beat my record for last year for how many books I read, but I'm dangerously close to 200. I'm trying to hit that 200 mark before the end of the month. And it'll be 200 books for 2022. It'll be even cooler if I could get 222 books for 2022. That's a little ambitious, though. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say his name again. Should I pay $1,500 max credit card or $1,700 collection medical bill first? It depends on what you're trying to accomplish. That's a personal preference question. So obviously your credit utilization is 30% of your credit score. So paying off that maxed out credit card is going to give you a hell of a lot of points back if that is one of the few credit cards that you have. So like, for example, if you only got 2 credit cards and that's one of them and it's maxed out, paying that off will give you a lot of points because obviously your credit utilization is high. But if you have a bunch of credit cards and that's just like a drop in the bucket for your credit utilization, then I would prioritize the collection because paying that collection off and it's a medical bill, it will be removed from your credit. And so you'll get those points back that you lost by having a collection. All I want for Christmas is 800. No, for real. How long them books is? It depends. I've read books. I mean, shit, I think the last like really big paper book that I read in person, like a physical book, was probably, I just recently reread Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I read that shit in a day. Like I read like for fun. I fucking love it. Also, I busted out laughing to your big boy video. My husband did not find that shit funny, but I was fucking dying laughing. What are the interest rates? Woo! 17%. Overall utilization is 25%. That is kind of high. I would do the utilization, to be honest. But that's because that's what I prioritize. Oh, you get what I'm saying? For myself, this is a preference question. You got to think about. So if you pay that maxed off credit card right now, would you never again have the $1,700 for the collection? Can you not negotiate a lower settlement for the collection so that you can pay off both at the same time? Like, you get what I'm saying? There's so many options for you. Paying off my Harley will lower my score until it adjusts. Yes, whenever you pay off a loan, even if you pay it off according to the terms in the contract, when you pay it off, you're going to lose points because the account is now considered closed. But you will get those points back. You just got to give your profile time to adjust to the loss of an open, actively reporting account. My mom has the Paperwhite. She has read over 500 books for this year. Woo! I'm going to get there. I don't like seeing cards maxed out. Yeah, I don't like seeing that shit neither. Can having a collection on your credit stop you from financing a car even if you can't even get credit cards? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it can. If you're going to be honest, yeah, it can. It's rare, but yeah, it can. Shit, I bought a car with a repo. So listen, I never forget that shit. I thought that man was going to laugh me out the door. He was like, all right, I got something in the back. Pulled that motherfucker out, 12 miles on it. Seeing my credit utilization gives me anxiety. So I turn off notifications. No, for real, I don't blame you. Not even gonna lie to you, I don't blame you. I'm down to checking my credit once every 2 weeks now. I used to check my shit every day, every 5 minutes. Used to be real bad. I'm down to once every 2 weeks. I'm thirsty, y'all. Hold up. It's cuffing season. All the girls be meaning. Nah, I check it every morning. That's funny. It reminds me of when I open the refrigerator 1,000 times a day, thinking something just gonna magically appear. How do I get charge-offs removed? It depends. It's harder to remove charge-offs simply because these are the companies that you signed the contracts with. So a lot of the strategies that people would normally use won't work because they got all the proper documentation. And legally, they're not going to stop reporting it. That's why pay deletes don't work, because if it's true, they got to report it. Have there been instances where I've gotten charge-offs removed? Yes, but they were all very specific circumstances. So, like, for example, if the information in the accounts is inaccurate, the details of the accounts are inaccurate. Maybe they lost the original contract that tied you to the debt. Like, that could be used to get a charge-off removed. So it's a lot of different things that can go into it. But the first things first, you got to familiarize yourself with that account. You need to get every fucking detail you can about that account. You need to reach out to that company and ask them for every fucking piece of paper with your name on it and go over everything, and then go over the consumer law and make sure that everything they're supposed to have, they do have. Because if they're missing anything, you can use that to get it removed. So you got to familiarize yourself with the account first. Identify any inaccuracies, discrepancies, or just anything that just don't look right, and then you kind of use that to do that. Marquia, do you need a digital assistant? I need money. I didn't already hire somebody. I wish I fucking known that. I didn't already hire somebody. What can I do to clean/wipe my credit? I don't know about wiping your credit, because I don't want you to be offended when I say this, but that's dumb. But cleaning your credit up, again, requires that you familiarize yourself with the information. So the first thing you need to do is pull every single credit report you can think of. You need to look at your situation for what it is. You need to look at exactly where you are and how you got there. And then you'll look at all the derogatory information, inaccurate information, whatever you can find. You'll separate that and you'll repair that. Now, while you're repairing this, you also need to be adding new accounts to your profile that's going to be generating good payment history. Because you have to build while you're repairing. Because when you repair your credit, that's patching up the holes, but it's still not getting the water out the boat, if that makes sense. Stay away from anybody that's using the word sweet. Absolutely, 1,000%. Should I settle the charge-offs first with the company? Settling the charge-offs will help with your DTI. It also makes you just look more creditworthy. You've already lost all the points you're going to lose with this charge-off. You're not going to lose more points. Paying it off ain't going to get you no points either, but it makes you look better, and your DTI is going to improve. Especially so for those of you who are looking to buy a house, expect to have to pay those charge-offs off. What else you got for me? What other questions y'all got? Is coffee? Oh, I didn't even see these questions. Sorry. I want to do a military. Is it worth it? And money lessons you learn from the military video with you sometimes. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Debt free dad. Let me know when. I know you teach DIY credit repair, but do you still do repair? I do. I do. I'm fighting a $146 charge off, but they are off in 2025. What's that for? I thought you only had the repo left. I thought you had the repo and then portfolio, right? What the fuck is the $146 for? Like I said, when people tell me they not gonna pay their charge-offs off, trust me, girl, I get it, because I damn sure didn't. I had a repossession, and that shit was just gonna be there. It had a balance until the day it fell off. No, portfolio charge-off with Open Sky and repos with Experian. Oh, okay. I'm gonna be real with you. So I'm here with y'all when y'all say I don't want to pay them fucking people, because I've done that. The link in my bio will take you to my website, to where it offered like all the services that I provide, prices for services, because I don't just repair credit. If you're somebody who just need their credit looked at because you have no idea what you're looking at, I also provide that as a service known as a credit audit. If you want to fix your credit yourself because you don't fucking trust people, I would suggest a credit audit, because that's exactly what we're going to do. You and me going to sit down. I handle all of my business on Zoom. So we'll be on Zoom. We'll go over your entire credit profile. I'll tell you what's wrong with it, what you need to be doing to fix it, give you some account suggestions based off of the stuff that you share with me in the call, that sort of thing. So if you ever need to get in contact with me about anything, you go to my website by clicking the link in my bio on TikTok and on Instagram. Or you could just go to markiabrown.com, markiab.com, or themoneyplug.co. Those are the 3 websites. They keep changing the payment dates. God damn. So if those charge-offs sit there but paid, would I regain the lost points? Absolutely not. The points that you lost with that charge-off come from the payment history associated with the account. So unless the payment history is going to change, that you're not going to get those points back. Because in order for an account to be charged off, right? This means that the account was closed with the balance and you never paid it. So that means missed payments. Missed payments, right, is what leads up to that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, she said it makes sense. Okay. I've been seeing people say it's best to negotiate a settlement at the end of the month. Different companies do different things. Let me say that. So like, just like you got social media and you see people saying stuff, these debt collection companies got social media and they see stuff. So like, they switch up their policies all the time. My favorite time of year to negotiate settlements is tax time, because they're more willing to take whatever I got to give, because they know, look, this is the only time of year this bitch really finna have a couple extra dollars. So we got to take what we can get from out of her. So tax time is my favorite time of the year for me to be negotiating settlements and all that shit. As well as the end of the year, because they, again, they want to close out a lot of these accounts. The end of the fiscal year, so like August, September, that's a really good time frame to settle. And then the end of the calendar year, like November, December. Damn it, Marcus, you got that song stuck in my head. It's cuffing season, all the girls be needing. I need a big boy. Oh, y'all like my hoodie? Ever since I seen Jalen Hurts, oh, y'all can't see it. Hold on, I gotta take that off. Hold on. I'm obsessed with this brand. Shout out to the 2 black men that own. God bless whoever hating on me. They stuff is fucking fire. I got my husband a cap. I had 2 hoodies, right? But I lost one in LA. So whoever found my hoodie, I hope you like it, bitch, because you ain't giving it back. I got this one. I got the shirt and the shorts set. Y'all seen me with my orange purse. And I posted it on Instagram too. But y'all know I love this brand. Y'all know I love anything black owned. I love small businesses. So for those of you on TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff that have small businesses, bro, show me y'all shit. Post y'all stuff on y'all pages and stuff so I can see it. I love shopping small. Y'all know, now we've talked about this before. Y'all know I love my body butter lady. And I found out about her through Facebook. She used to be in the military. She's out now, but so she's a retired Army veteran. But black owned business, make body butters. When I tell y'all nothing else touch my skin, I fucking let this girl down. I post her all the time on Facebook. And I talk about her all the time on my story on Instagram. Her name is Stephanie. The business is Skin Dolge by Steph. I bought this for my kids. Let me show y'all on Instagram. I'm gonna show y'all up here. Can y'all see that? This is called Saturday Morning Cartoons. And it smelled like Fruit Loops. It smelled like Fruit Loops. Like, it smelled like I opened up a fresh bag of Fruit Loops. This is the turmeric one she got. And I also got her serum to cover up all the black spots and stuff. Because y'all know I turned 30 this next year. And I'm trying to look good when I come out to LA for Rolling Loud. I got her soap. Her bubble soap. That sold out quick as fuck, though. I don't think she got no more of that. And I love her minis because I keep these in the purse and in my car. This one is strawberry pound cake. And it smelled like strawberry shortcake. Like, oh, whoo. And then I got her face mask. Like, this is my favorite though. Anybody who's been around me in the last like year, this is probably what you smell on me. This is her sugar cookie body butter. If any of y'all know what Great Cookie is, it's a cookie store in the mall. This smell like they fucking sugar cookies. The sugar snickerdoodles, like it's in the middle. It smells so fucking good, like fresh out the oven, and you be glowing. Yo, my skin, and if my skin feels so soft and feels so good, I get so many compliments. I love Stephanie shit. I take her shit everywhere, and I tell everybody to get her. That's when the Morgan Freeman mouth goes. Shut up. I'm 25, no credit, just started my first career job. So what would you suggest to start off with? Oh, that's a really good question. So First things first, babe, you got to get a credit card. If you're not comfortable with like Amex or Chase or something like that, Capital One is a very, very good place to start. I suggest all people and parents who are starting their kids on credit start with Capital One. You don't have to have an astronomical like a credit limit or nothing like that. They work with Capital One and Discover are two really good banks in the sense that when you are just now starting off, they'll give you lines of credit that even come with rewards. There are student cards that don't require that you be a student, but still have some kind of rewards programs for you. Secured card options. And these are also two really good banks to have a relationship with. The longer you have a relationship with banks like Chase, Capital One, Discover, in the long run, it works out for you because they have good stuff. And their higher tier cards even offer a lot of perks. So I would say start there. I'm not about to go out and tell you to go get a car loan or nothing crazy like that, but I definitely suggest that you start there. Can you delete hard inquiries if you actually use them? So let me put it like this. If they cannot prove that they had your consent to pull your credit, then no, they can't report that inquiry. However, when you are disputing inquiries, just know, do not dispute anything that is tied to an account that you actually opened up, because that signals to them that it could be potential fraud and they will close your account. Miss it. Info on the body butter again. Her name is Stephanie. Where's my little card that came in my kids need to stay out my damn office. Here you go. Right here. Damn it, y'all can't see it. Hold on, let me see if I can take this blur off my screen so y'all can see it. But oh, here we go. It's the one and only D-O-double-G Snoop Dogg. Oh no, I can't change it because I'm live. All right, her name I'm gonna put it in the. Oh, she on TikTok. I'm gonna tag her in the comments at Skin Doll by Steph. That's her. I put her TikTok name in the comments for y'all for the body butter. Skin Doge by Steph. I'll even put her website, Skin Doge by Steph LLC.com. Because let me tell y'all, she had a $10 sale. Boy, I cleaned the fuck up on her website. I got my husband this beard oil stuff. Not being rude, but are you judgmental? I'm an older vet who had to start over and a little ashamed. Absolutely not. I'm somebody who I consider myself older. I guess I might not be as old as you guys, but I consider myself older, and I had to learn a lot of lessons, and I'm a big believer in bad credit don't make you a bad person. Just because you made some bad decisions and shit like that doesn't mean it's the end of the world, and it don't mean that you're a shitty person or you stupid or nothing like that. You just say no. Or if you knew and you just chose to do the shit, it doesn't mean anything. You want to change your life? We can do that. We don't got to harp on how you got there. We just focused on your future. I'm real forward facing. We focus on your future, not your past. I bought a house, but 3 lenders checked my credit when I only used one of them. Can I dispute the other ones? Yeah. But again, if they can provide proof that you gave them consent to pull your credit, they'll still be able to report the inquiry. But if they can't prove it, then yeah, it'll come off. Will an unsecured card work the same as an unsecured one for limited credit history? Huh? A credit card is a credit card is a credit card. It doesn't matter if it's secure or unsecured. The only real difference between secure and unsecured is that you got to put down a deposit to get a secure credit card, and they typically have lower credit limits. But a credit card is a credit card is a credit card. Are you taking new clients? I am, and not for very long. I actually just reopened my client list, if you want me to be honest with y'all. And then I'm probably going to end up closing it once I get to a certain number, and then everybody gonna have to be on a wait list. If you click the link in my bio, it'll take you to my website. And there's like a little button you can click if you're interested in services, or you could just go directly to themoneyplug.co. That's the website for services. And there's a button. It'll explain like the services I offer, the prices associated with each, and how to sign up. I've been watching you for a few months and I love your information. Oh, thank you. You're so welcome. Y'all, we really been chilling. This is how I know I missed y'all. This is how I know I missed y'all so much. I missed being live. I just been really chilling these last couple of months. Y'all know I went extra hard in 2022. So I just needed a break. I needed to take a step back. Shout out to y'all because ain't nobody make me feel bad for it either. I was really like beating myself up. Like, damn, yo, I ain't been going live, yo. They not gonna like me no more. Especially once I got the job, I was like, they gonna think I switched up. I just had to take a step back a little bit social media wise. That's all. I was still posting. It just wasn't as often. And I just wasn't going live. I just had a lot on my plate at the time. And it's really good for mental health sometimes to take that, to create that barrier because I share so much of myself with y'all. So it's real cool though. I did miss y'all though. January, we back like we never left. So y'all gonna get tired of me. Can I pay my credit card balance if I know how much it is before getting my statement? Absolutely. I suggest paying your credit card balance before you get your statement. That way, when your statement is drafted, so for those of you who don't know, even when how do I say this? Your statement date is the date that they draw your bill up, right? That's also when they tell the credit bureaus on you. So if you pay your credit card down before your statement date, this means that when they go tell the credit bureaus on you, your credit score will go up because your credit utilization went down. You get what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? I did a video on it recently. I know it's on Instagram. But yes, that's what I typically suggest people do. Pay your balance down as much as possible or off if that's your thing before your statement date. You're welcome. What other questions y'all got for me? I hate that Instagram can't see my cute little setup because I put a lot of work and energy and all that into my setup. And Instagram can't see it. Instagram, get your life together. How long is the process for your services? That depends on your credit. The worse your credit is, the longer it's going to take you, obviously, or the more serious the issues are, or the more work that it requires, obviously that's going to take longer than somebody else. The average person is with me 6 to 9 months, but that's on average. I can't really give you a 2 days. I can't really give you like an exact without knowing what's going on with you. Was I supposed to be off today? Because I'm on Teams, y'all, and everybody's circle is yellow. Let me just close it because I got it on my phone if they really need me, I guess. I've been on here 2 hours, y'all. What else y'all got for me before I get out of here? I need a nap. Going once, going twice. Y'all know how I feel. If y'all ain't got no questions, I'm out. All right, so before I dip, no, for real, because that's exactly what I'm about to do. Before I dip, y'all know I'm all about resources. If you are in need of a budget, if you don't have one, and you talking about you want to do your better finances for 2023, and you don't have a budget, you're wrong. So if you need a free customized budget and action plan, go to www.physical.com/themoneyplug. Yes, I still want to be your accountability partner. I keep almost saying your name, Black Ginger. I definitely do. But if y'all go to this website, all you got to do is going to ask you a couple questions about your finances. You fill it out. It's going to spit out a budget plan for you, right? Now, if you got this budget plan and you like, I want to talk about it, or I want to change some things or something like that, you get a little free 15-minute little Zoom call with me. You and me can sit down and talk about it. We'll go over your budget, see what else we can add to it, take away from it, and I'll give you an even better like customized budget if you need it. But yeah, so I highly, highly, highly suggest you guys get a budget. Even if you don't use this one, if you click the link in my bio to go to my website on TikTok and on Instagram, it will take you to where you can sign up for my email list. I give you access to if you like an Excel spreadsheet kind of girl, right? I have that as an option. Once you sign up for my email list, it'll get emailed to you. Like I said, them first 5 days is action packed with them emails you get from me. So definitely add me to your contacts once you join my email list to make sure that you're getting all your freebies. Do you only do credit? Do you know how to qualify for a loan for a house? That's credit. That's credit. We could talk. somebody else, if you guys are interested in home buying and like your like the loan process and all that stuff, 2 other people, and I tagged them in here earlier. The VA loan lady, for those of y'all who are military affiliated, and then the.mortgage.mentor. Her name is Rebecca Richardson. I fucking love her. I'm not a lender, but I can connect you with one. I only got one I use. Like, that's my girl. She gonna treat you right. I love her. I can't wait till I want to buy a house. I'm not ready yet. I'm still not there yet, but I can't wait till I want to buy a house because I'm going to go right to her. Hey, girl. Hook me up. Have to tell my sister about your budget plan. She wants to be able to purchase a house next year. Yeah, tell your sister, come on. We got her over here. What is her name? Rebecca Richardson. Her name on TikTok is at the.mortgage.mentor. No. For real. Marcus, I was telling somebody about that when I went to LA. Like 2 days after we moved into this fucking house, the ceiling was leaking downstairs because something was wrong with the pipes we got 2 bathrooms upstairs. So on our side of the house, because the kids got their side of the house, we got our own side of the house. On our side of the house, the ceiling was leaking because of the pipes under the bath or like inside the bathroom or something having to do with the tub. And all I kept thinking was, bitch, if I was a homeowner, I was gonna have to pay that shit out of pocket. Never mind the fact that I literally just paid all this fucking money to even move in this motherfucking house. But now I was gonna have to replace some fucking pipes too. Like, you gotta be shitting me. But all I did was call maintenance and they came and fixed that shit. Lickety split. I ain't had to pay nothing. All it cost me was a couple minutes of my time and some conversation when the man got here so he didn't feel awkward. That's it. Gotta hop on Angie's list when I own a house. No, for real. I'm gonna have to have them motherfuckers on speed dial because I'm not waiting for nothing. But it's been real, y'all. We've been on here for 2 hours. I've genuinely missed coming on here and talking to y'all. Like I said, January, we back like we never left with the weekly lives. And for those of you who missed today's live, all 2 hours of it is going to be posted on YouTube as soon as I get out of here. If you look on your screen right here, it's my YouTube channel, WWTMPD. What would the money plug do? Sorry, Instagram. I know you guys can't see it, but if you go to YouTube, you'll be able to find me. My @ name on YouTube, I know they got handles now. My @ name is the money plug, THEE money plug. What else? If you guys got questions, if you would love for me to come speak at your school or for your organization, I've done speaking with prisons, schools, nonprofit organizations, athletic programs, college campuses, and corporations. I've also spoken with businesses and telling employees how to maximize their employee benefits to better their financial status. Yes, all you gotta do is shoot me an email, markiab@themoneyplug.co. That's it. Terry Crews said he uses this app where you can get people to help you move things around. TaskRabbit. Let me tell y'all, one of my little soft life mutuals here, shout out to Sedoni. She put me on the TaskRabbit. She hired this man to come fucking put her tree up and put all her shit on too. I was using it before that. She had said something way before that got me onto TaskRabbit. But yeah, they do all kinds of stuff on TaskRabbit. You can get them niggas to do anything. Pick up your laundry, clean your house. That was how I found out that having a housekeeper is not that expensive. Having somebody come over and clean your shit up, it's not expensive at all, actually. And I love all the time that I get back. I'm telling y'all, them soft life girls, they on to something. They is on it. Because one thing for sure and 2 things for certain, bitch, I paid a lot of money for these nails, and I'm not doing none of that. But I'm out of here, y'all. Don't be giving me new ideas to stretch my budget. Listen. Also, let me put you on while everybody on here. So a lot of people be like, where can I get some extra money? I think I be getting that question a lot, and I usually don't answer it because like my hustle and y'all hustle don't be matching. Because like when I need money, I'm doing whatever, bro. It's nothing. Let me tell y'all something. If you live in my area and I pull up to your house and I'm door dashing, mind your business. And you're going to notice me because my license plate say money plug. So, but like, yes, I be out here door dashing, Instacart, and I don't give a fuck. When I need money, I'm going to do whatever I got to do except tap into my savings. That's the rule. I can do whatever it is. I just can't do it. Now, Walmart Spark has really been a bag lately. I don't know if it's just because of the holidays or what. The body butter info, I'm putting her I'll put her at name on TikTok in the comments right there. Her website is skindulge by Steph LLC.com. Yes, my license plate do say money plug. It sure do. My little disabled veteran plates. There we go. It's just expensive to add rideshare to insurance. Yeah, no cap. No cap. And then what else? Oh, but it's this new app my homegirl put me onto. It's called Sud Share. And so you wash people clothes. And I know that sounds like, bitch, I'm not washing nobody's clothes. But they making money. They making money. You go pick the clothes up, you take them to wherever you're going to take them to, you wash them, you fold them, and then you deliver them again. Girl, yes, I was just looking at I literally was just looking at the pay schedule shit just now about how much it is, because like they could have bed bugs. Take that shit to the laundromat. No, but it's real strict on what they can and can't like give y'all, because it'll charge them more. And they tip really, really well on this app. My homegirl got a $60 fucking tip. When I first started getting disability, I think we was getting like $50, $60 per kid. But now with this, like 2023, we getting $100 a head. Boy, they better be lucky my husband fixed, boy. Because I was about to look at him like, let's do it. Let's have another one. Shit. I'm telling you. $100 a head? That's crazy. And y'all know we like the Brady Bunch out this motherfucker. We got 1,000 kids in here. I'm so happy. I'm not gonna hold y'all, especially because with moving to California and everything, y'all know rent out there is about 100. It's about as much as 100% disability. So listen, don't stop at 100 either. Make sure you get 100% total and permanent. That's the real flex. It's not y'all see, y'all can't let shit slide. Y'all y'all can't ever let shit slide. Make them appointments, girl. Saw a random reel and started following you. Just letting you know how you were found. Oh, you shared it to your story. I know, because I went and looked at it. I'm one of those. Thank you for sharing my reel too. Thank you. No, for real, because on Instagram, you know, when you post like a reel or a post or something, and somebody share it to their story, it'll tell you. I'm finna go look, because you're not about to talk about me. Like, you can agree with me on your own. You don't be got like, sometimes people be trying to talk about me, and I'm going to step. I have 100% total and permanent. I need to see what else I can get with that. State-wise, they got a lot of benefits. They got a lot of benefits on being 100% total and permanent. It's going to hurt giving up my Florida residency when I get to Cali, but I think I'm going to do it. Cali got some good veterans benefits I could tap into. All right, but I've been live for the last 2 hours, y'all. I really got to get out of here. Thank you, everybody who checked in today. If you missed any point of the live, because the beginning of the live was very informative, we went over a lot of information. So yes, Texas. So if you want to go back and watch the live before we started goofing off, as soon as I log out, it's going to be available on YouTube at WWTMP. What would the money plug do? Make sure you follow me on all of my other little social media channels too. I'm really funny. Well, I think so anyway. I'm on Facebook at Markia B, aka the Money Plug. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at THEE Money Plug. Y'all already got me on TikTok on this side, but I'm on TikTok at themoneyplug.co. And my website, I have 3, markiab.com, markiabrown.com, and themoneyplug.co. All 3 websites are tied, so if you get to one, you can get to all 3. So pick your poison. But yeah, like y'all know what I always say, live every day like it's your last, but pay your bills and wear condoms just in case it's not. And I love you all. If I don't talk to y'all beforehand, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope you guys get everything that you've been praying for, and I will be talking to y'all soon.